Hello and welcome! Silrace here with Star Wars Battlefront, and I do want to talk about destroying the various walkers, AT-STs, AT-ATs and turrets in this game, because this is probably getting into the release as it is. I don't see there being that many changes to this kind of things, and obviously this is gonna help somebody who still plays the beta, hopefully help somebody out there. Firstly, the iron shot, a thing you unlock which each charges in your top right, up middle, whatever card slot. And that is not at all worth using. You don't do enough damage during its duration. Many times when you have to face a walker, for example, or a turret, while using it, you simply get blown to bits before you get to even finish the entire charge up. Also, from my testing, I might be blind, I might have not noticed it, but it does not seem to do extra damage to a weakened, vulnerable AT-AT. Maybe the damage is just so minuscule that it doesn't seem to matter at all. Like at all. You might just as well not save your charges and fire your basic blaster instead of using the iron shot. But moving on from that to my preferred method now to dealing with various, AT-STs and turrets. This can actually also deal an interesting amount of damage to an AT-AT if you happen to get close enough while it's weakened, while it's vulnerable. And that is the Iron Grenade. Basically, Iron Grenade one-shots every single type of a turret. That is very, very nice when you are on the Rebel side, and when you are on the Imperial side as well. Everybody tends to hop into one of those turrets, you just run towards it and you lob an Iron Grenade at it and it blows up. Of course, it does not one-shot an AT-ST, but I have been doing up to 60 or 70, I can't remember which one was the max. On a direct hit at an AT-ST. Iron Grenade has a long fuse if you miss. However, if you directly hit your target with it, so that you land it right at the turret or an AT-ST or even an AT-AT, it explodes instantly on impact. If you miss, it will still stay on the ground and have a delayed fuse, and it does have quite a bit of a fuse. Oh, quite nice hidden impact of the Iron Grenade, which people don't realize, is that it also breaks the personal shield everybody is using. So you can definitely use it for, winning certain firefights by lobbing an Iron Grenade at the guy using the shield and then simply blasting his head off. That works as well. Finally, I do want to mention the fact that you obviously can just use your blaster rifle on the various vehicles and turrets and everything. It will do chip damage, eventually blow things up. A cycler rifle can be used for the same reason. It does more damage, but it's obviously on a cooldown, so you cannot use it all the time. Those are on a pinch. Frankly, personally, I highly suggest grabbing the Iron Grenade and trying it out a few rounds, especially on the Rebel side when you are early on facing all the AT-STs and stuff. Lob it, or lob an Iron Grenade at it and watch it go home because it's almost dead, right? Also, smart rocket is something I really want to mention here briefly. It is not very smart, like how you're supposed to use it is kind of out in the air, like in essence, like it doesn't have a good tooltip or explanation of how it actually locks onto things and so forth, and do you have to maintain the lock? This needs work. And in my honest opinion, right now Smart Rocket is too much of an anti-infantry weapon. It needs to be changed to be deal more damage to vehicles, so it's actually really good against vehicles, and it needs to be much smaller explosion radius to make it less of an anti-infantry weapon. Why do I want it this way? Because there are already two battle pickups which are anti-infantry. There is a proximity bomb and there is a thermal imploder. Why do we have a third one, which is a rocket launcher, which is supposed to deal, in my honest opinion, deal with vehicles and not infantry? Right. There is that bit. And also, if you happen to get an orbital strike, on the rebels in the Walker assault. Hold on to it. I know it's tempting to just drop it down or like for something more flashy or seemingly interesting, drop it on the enemy infantry location, but hold on to it for the moment. The walkers are AT-ATs, that is, are exposed, are vulnerable, and then drop it on the walker. It will deal massive damage if you drop it right in front of it, as in basically touching its front legs, that little blue circle you get. It will deal massive damage to the AT-AT, and that gets you so much closer to actually winning the round. So if you get an orbital strike, hold on to it and use it on one of the walkers when it gets, you know, vulnerable. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful to somebody.